Good morning, this is Coach Brenay. I'm Program Manager for the Bay City facility, and this is our Teens and Adults video lesson number 24. Good to see everyone again today, and we're going to begin today with our slips and bobs and weaves. So slips and bobs and weaves are very good defensive techniques to use if someone's throwing straight punches at us or hooks. Now, if we have time, using a bob and weave or a slip can really put us in a very good position or an advantageous position in the beginning of a bad spot. So say someone is trying to start an altercation with us, someone who doesn't know martial arts, someone who's trying to hurt us, they're angry with us, they want to punch us, they want to harm us. So a straight punch comes towards us, understanding this. Someone throws a jab or a cross with their punch, they're punching with two knuckles. We need to avoid those two knuckles when they punch. So we really only need to turn our body slightly. It's not a giant movement. I'm not spinning all the way around. I'm not jumping off to the side. I'm simply turning over my shoulder, avoiding that strike. I could turn over the other way as well, avoiding that strike. I turn my heel as well as my hip. My hip is actually turned towards the target as well as the back of my shoulder. So if you were the aggressor to me, attacking me, you'd see my shoulder, the back of my shoulder, and my hip is facing right at you. So from here I can turn, I can counter strike. Let's say they continue, let's say they're throwing a flurry of punches even. I can slip this way. So slip, slip, strike, strike. So we can slip and avoid. We can become the aggressor, we can throw punches, or we can throw palm strikes. Understanding this, when somebody is angry, if somebody is looking for a fight and they don't know what they're doing, they're not thinking clearly, it's up to you to decide what you're going to do as a martial artist. You can either escalate or you can de-escalate. You don't have to fight anybody. Understanding as martial arts, we are always looking for our escape plan. We're always 2 steps ahead, 3 steps ahead of whatever could happen. So we're always ready for anything. So if somebody tries to throw a punch at us, yes, we can slip, we can run away, we can bob and weave. But a lot of times when we get to that point already, we could already have stopped things 10 times before that. We could have walked away before we've gotten to this point. But we're here. Someone throws a punch. I can slip, cross. I can slip, jab. I can counter strike. But also, if someone's throwing a hook or they throw a wide punch to my head, I can bob and weave underneath to their dead side. So let's say their body is here to my opposite side. I got away from them. I can throw punches to the head, to the body. I can throw hooks myself back. I can throw knees. And then also, if I wanted to de-escalate or use the least amount of force possible, if someone throws that hook, I bob and weave over underneath to that dead side. I can palm to the shoulder, spin that person right around if I had to. But the idea is, I don't have to hurt that person to make my point. I don't have to hurt that person to de-escalate. Because a lot of times, if you pull off a good bob and weave or a good slip, and you just dot that person back with a palm to the body or creating space, knocking that person back, a lot of times that will stop them. They will understand, like, maybe, hey, this guy knows what he's doing. I don't want to mess with him. I don't want to continue on. And you can even say, hey, dude, that was your warning. I know martial arts. Talking your way out of things is always a better option than fighting it out. So moving forward, I want us to work on our shadow boxing. So moving around, throwing our punches, using our yard, using our workout space, but we're going to add in sprawl. So every few seconds, you could follow me, or if you want, you can add this to yourself. But sprawling where it's safe, so if you're in your yard, you don't want to sprawl onto a rock, obviously. So when you sprawl, we want to put our hands down. We're going to sprawl our bodies out, popping right back up into a punch, into our combination, into our shadow boxing. But a really cool thing, I know Coach Rakowski actually does this. He'll set a timer on his phone. So I like to listen to my music when I'm doing my martial arts, but listen to some music and have a timer set for every 30 seconds. So every 30 seconds, he has that mer, mer, mer thing go off, and then pop down, do your sprawl. Add this to your workout this week. So when you're doing your shadow boxing, you're moving around, add in sprawls. So every so often, you could turn it up. So every 10 seconds, every 5 seconds, whatever you want to do. But the idea is start high, work to a lower number, get your heart rate up to continue moving forward. So the combination that we're going to be working on today is our slip, cross, hook, cross, and then we're going to throw a lead leg side kick. Now, we talked about this a few weeks ago. The side kick is a very powerful maneuver and understanding using the least amount of force possible. Using our side kick is a very targeted strike. So if I kick somebody in the hips, if their body's turned to me, I can knock them off balance. Using a side kick to the hips, I can make someone bend over so that I can pull them down. A lot of times I can use a side kick to stagger, to stun, to stumble, so that I can move forward and be in control, to maintain control, to keep control. But the idea is it's all about control. When we are in a situation, we are in charge. So, again, the combination is we're going to slip with our lead side, showing that lead shoulder. We're avoiding a strike. So they threw a punch at us. Cross, hook, cross. I'm going to turn my hip back, bring up that side kick. So I'm bringing my knee up, my leg is horizontal. From here I can strike out, bringing that leg down. So again, slip, cross, hook, cross, lead kick or lead side kick. So moving forward. Next we're going to work on our backwards lunges. So this is a great exercise to work on our stabilizer muscles in our leg, stretching our legs out, but we're going to step backwards and lunge. Very, very simple. Step backwards and lunge. So alternating legs each time, but do this until you really feel it up in your thighs and your calves. It's really a good stretch for both of your legs, your entire leg. Very good. And 3, 2, 1, and time. Now, moving forward, we've learned Jujitsu, we've learned a lot of Krav Maga, we've learned and understood how to defend ourselves from the ground. Now, bringing it all together is very important. So understanding when to use our shrimps, when to use our blocks, and how to chain that together to get away, to escape, to get that control back. So say we are in that altercation and they took us to the ground. This person's bigger than us, let's say. They're on top of us. They have us in a full mount position. They're throwing punches. We block. We use our covers. From here, we can continue blocking and turning our hips over. And students, you probably already see that we can work into a shrimp from this point. So in a mixed martial arts situation, we can turn this into a jiu-jitsu game. So if someone does throw a punch and we have the opportunity, we could do a bunch of different things, trapping arms and hands and wrists and things of that nature. But from here, I just want us to escape because we don't want to stay locked with this guy. We want to get away. We want to get out of here. We want to get out of Dodge. So when from here he's throwing punches at me, I'm turning my hips over. I'm wedging my body so that I can create space. From here, I'm waiting until I can get to my side so that I can execute the escape, the shrimp. So I'm getting my hips out. I push my body away. So then from here, I can get into a better position to kick. I can throw a kick from the ground. I can throw a straight push kick. I can even do a side kick if I can't really get my hips over. But the idea for the kick is to get that person away. So not only did I just scoot my butt out, now my leg is in a great position to kick. I can kick to the face, to the head. I can knock that person back, roll them away. From here though, I can now get onto my hip and escape into that technical stand-up. So the idea is we are getting into a better position so that we can perform that technical stand-up, so that we can stand back up and fight however we want to fight. I mean, if you're a jiu-jitsu champion and you want to stay on the ground, I don't know anybody who ever wants to do that, go for it. But in a life or death situation, we want to get away and escape. So a lot of times we want to create space, we want to create holes so that we can get away. So work on that, try that out this week. This is even a good drill to work out when you have no one to work with, but understanding turning our hips, moving our body is key. So martial artists, if I don't hear from you this week, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you.